Megavanan, and welcome everyone to the stream. My name is Talisian. There you are, and here I am, and there you are, Destiscardo. Welcome to the stream. How is everyone doing today? Happy Friday. Woo! I tell you, it's been one hell of a week. I'm trying to fix the cord on my headset here, so I'll need a quick second. It keeps getting all discombobulated on me, I tell you. Sometimes I don't know what's going on here. Let me just get myself plugged back in so I can hear what's going on. There we go. Much, much better. So, hopefully everybody's doing well today. Today we're going to do a slightly different, at least different start to the stream. I'm going to go ahead and do some of the behind-the-scenes stuff that I normally do off-camera. Then I'm going to head over to the Spring Festival that has been reactivated for a short time on the live servers. And then we'll do some of that, and then we'll go ahead and head back into questing in the Great River region today. But I just wanted to kind of show off a few things, show off a few different elements of my UI that I don't normally show on stream, and so forth. So I figured that way it'd be something a little bit different today for Friday. So like I said, I hope everyone's going well. It's been a very busy week around here at the Farkle family house. My partner picked up a new puppy support animal, so we've been trying to get it used to things and get it broken in, and just trying to get a whole bunch of things done. And the weather hasn't been helping too much. It's been kind of raining out here the past couple of days. And just wanted to remind everybody that if you're catching this late, or if you skip out and come back and join it, I upload all my VODs to YouTube at youtube.com/@Talisian. And I also have a Discord server. Link is down below, whether you're on Twitch or YouTube. And I usually do, there's discussions for Lord of the Rings Online, for discussions for the Kinship, the Knights of the Third Age, discussions about Path of Exile, Diablo 4, and other MMOs and ARPGs as well. Now, quickly looking at the in-game calendar today, besides the Spring Festival, which was reactivated, the 18th Anniversary Award is still available if you've not picked it up yet. Currently, we are wrapping up LI Reward Track 15, which will be going on to the beginning of December. In fact, give me a quick second here. Let's see where I'm at. Last time I checked, I was in the low 70s. I made it up to 75. So that's 3 more things to claim. Some more runes, another tracery, and some even better runes. And it looks like I'm picking up the legendary coffer of the Marsh Scorpion. Contains a cracked tracery token and a tome of the Marsh Scorpion. So that'll be good to get. And I'm almost there too. I should be able to pick it up sometime today, depending on how much questing and killing we do. Also, we are in the middle of a 10% Virtue XP boost. So if you're earning any Virtue XP, which there are lots of ways to do it, you get a 10% bonus on top of everything that you earn. But, as you can see here, we're going to be doing some of this today. Ready yourself for travel to the hedge maze in the horse fields of Bree-Land to experience this year's spring celebration. Hurry and join the festivities. We'll go ahead and go there in just a few moments. Remote quest, I got some new mail. Oh, some auctions expired. Okay, let's just detach that. Get rid of that. But every day is a Hobbit's birthday, and we are the fortunate ones to get the presents. And today, we get not only a silver, but we get the gold present, because VIPs get the gold present. In order to play in either Angmar or Mordor, you have to be a subscriber. So we'll start with the silver one first. 50 Virtue XP and a Battle Potion Restoration, which removes up to 3 disease, wound, fear, or poison from effects from the target. Can be very handy sometimes, especially when you're dealing with wraiths. And the gold one is 200 Virtue XP and 5 Max Morale and Power Scrolls for 6 hours. That's nice. That will definitely come in handy. So let's go ahead and use up some of this stuff here. No, these actually got to go into storage. I think my storage is full. No, I've got a little bit of room left. LI, so we can throw the tracery in there. We can throw the runes in there. And the runes in there. Let me see. Let's get rid of a couple of these sealed tracery so I have some room. There we go. We'll just We'll just burn them off real quick. They'll just go into my storage, and then when I need some room, I'll go ahead and munch them. There we go. And now let's go ahead and use off that the Virtue XP. It'll be linked down below. I'm already getting that 10% bonus added onto it. And we've got 4 items to sell, so let's go and get rid of those. There we go. So one of the first things that I always do when I'm working behind the scenes is I look over here at this item. This is one of the add-ons that I have on my UI. It's called Reminder. And what it does is it shows everything that you do repeatedly and then when they become available. For instance, as you can see, a lot of my Westfold and Supreme patterns have now become available, as well as opening up crates and premium crates and doing daily tasks. So let's go ahead and start with that. One of the first things I do is I head to my kin house. My kin has a nice little house. It's a hobbity hole. I got it in one of the Shire homelands. Let's load it up here real quick. Yes. This is going to be going over some of the plugins that I use, some that come up not so often, some of them barely come up on stream, but I'm going to go ahead and go through a few of them today. But this is the kin house that I've got. 4 Brookbank Street and Home of the Knights of the Third Age. And if you can see all out here, I've got a garden, I've got an oven, a forge, a workbench, a study, and a supplier horn. So what I usually do is I usually come here to each one of these workbenches that I have. For instance, the workbench for Tailor, and I'm working on my Tailor's Guild. And it looks like I can do small and medium patterns real quick. So we'll go ahead and crank those out. And if you notice, there was a momentary delay while it was registering on there. And I need 3 glazed leathers. So we'll go ahead and do like 25 of these. And because I have, because I'm a VI and I have the VI VIP jug, my crafting speed is a lot faster than normal. I think it's like, I think it's a 100% speed increase on crafting, actually. So it does make things, it makes working on crafting skills very nice. We'll go ahead and get those done. And then we'll go ahead and do 5 of these just so I have a few extra. Oh, that's weird. Didn't get a single. Okay. Sometimes I get the goodie bonus. We didn't get it that time. So we'll go ahead and make that. So there's that. And I think I've got enough to do Supreme. Maybe not all the Supreme, but I think at least some of it. I can at least do the small. I need 1 more glazed magnificent leather. Let's see if I've got it. I can make 1 more. Alright, so that means I can go ahead and do the medium tailoring one. Now, if you notice, it's now down to 7, because every time you do one, that goes down. So there's a way to kind of keep track on how many you're doing. Because if you see, I had 9+ for a while there. So now we'll come over here and we'll do the same thing for the Scholar. We'll do Westfold. And I should have plenty of those. I'm not sure about the... not sure about Supreme. I might be running low on those supplies. Maybe not. Well, I can at least do the small. And for medium, I need 3 Tattered Kadzul. Let's see, I need 3 Tattered Kadzul. Nope, see, I'm almost out, so I'm not even going to worry about it. Okay. And then once I usually make the patterns, there are a couple of things you can do with these patterns. If you are, for instance, doing guild level armor, which, see here, medium armor guild. The combat armor and the enduring Great River armor. You'll notice that it has not only a cracked Helvark signal, which you can get from harvesting, but also requires, for instance, a large Westfold pattern. But there is a way around it, and it's very important that you learn this. You see this up here, Universal Ingredient Packs? two of the items that I do, in fact, we'll go ahead and do those real quick. They're right here inside of my house. Now, these are items that you can only pick up through the LOTRO store. You can't quest or get these as drops. But I have two of the crates that give you universal ingredient packs once every 21 hours just by using them. Right here, the ingredient crate and the premium ingredient crate. And this gives me a total of 9, I do believe. So you get 3 from the regular and 6 from the premium. Yep. So that way, for instance, if I was back out here and I wanted to make that armor, I just pop on the universal ingredient pack. Now, it'll cost me 12 to make one, but I can do it. And let's see. I don't believe the precision enduring Great River armor is an upgrade for me. No, I'm already wearing it. Never mind. It's not an upgrade. I'm already wearing it. But if you didn't have the materials, you can use the universal ingredient packs in order to make that armor. And if you're looking to make some of the advanced ones, do through tasks, which is another one I'll show you. So you can earn some of the universal optional crafting ingredients, which if you use them, your crit chance becomes 100%. That way you'll always be able to get the optional bonus. It won't be a random thing. You'll automatically get it. So let me go ahead real quick and use these scrolls, because this also increases your faction with the guilds as well. So you can see I'm a Westminute Master in both the Scholars Guild and the Tailors Guild, which means I think I've almost maxed out as far as I can go in the guilds, because I don't think they've got too many more levels to those. At least I don't think so. See, what else do I have to do here? I've got Medium Supreme Scholar Scroll, which we'll go ahead and... You can also... you can delay it for 4 days, or you can delay it, or you can go ahead and get rid of it. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that because I'm not going to have the materials for it. So it leaves me with 1 task left. And for that, we will go over here into the little alcove, the little quote-unquote town square for the housing district. And that last item is the daily tasks. Now, that is one way that I use off camera to work on my factions. And the VIP rewards too. That's where that jug came from. When you use the jug for 14 days, you get a buff that is accelerates crafting time, prevents item wear from combat, crafting, and defeat. And then the jug is... I tell you, every game that has a VIP should have something like this jug, really. From anywhere in the world. I can browse a shop that I can sell or buy things from. I can open up my personal vault, my shared storage vault. I can open my wardrobe, the auction house, and when you get to 45 and above, you can actually open up the legendary item forge from anywhere in the world, which is really handy. It makes this game a lot nicer, being able to just do that. Because what I can do is, if I get full on something, I can just throw it in my shared storage if I'm passing it on to another character, and that way I can keep items moving. I don't have to wait for mail or anything like that, because the other characters, when they have that jug, they can open them up as long as they're on the same server, and they can access the storage as well. But now we're over here, and this is the last thing that I normally do, and that's the tasks. This is one of the reasons why my Riders of Standguard is already up to Ally, and my Heroes of Limelight Gorge is pushing Acquaintance already. And I really haven't done that much questing in those zones, is because I come over here. I primarily want to work on my Riders of Standguard. I need to get it to Kindred. So let me make sure Theater's right. Riders of Standguard task. Right? Is that it? Riders of Standguard? Yeah, so let's go ahead and grab all of these. What I usually do is I usually grab all the tasks first for Riders of Standguard in this case, and just try to complete them. And this is one of the nice things about the task carry-all. I'll show you that really quick. There are 3 different carry-alls that I usually carry when I'm adventuring. One of them is the crafting carry-all. Any crafting ingredient will automatically go in here. It can hold 50 stacks of them, an unlimited number of each. The next one is the essence and tracery carryall, which is where all of those ones that I open up, those traceries, they all went in there. So they're just sitting there for me to burn whenever I need to. And I should have plenty of room in there. Ooh, actually it's almost full. I'll have to empty that out later. But you see, I have all of these in here that have just been picked up from questing and drops and such that I need to go ahead and burn and get rid of. And the other one is the large task item carryall. Now, any mob that you defeat that has a task item will end up and go here into this container. And again, any quantity of them. It's like I have 1,000 broken longbows in here. I have 1,000 bent metal maces. I have 800 punctured shields. So I have a bunch of stuff that's needed. So they just sit there until I need them, and then I just come here and I use them. So we'll go ahead and burn through these tasks. And one of the nice things is every Friday, you actually get a remote quest called the Tasks at Hand. If you complete 10 tasks within, I think it's 24 to 36 hours or so, you get a universal optional crafting ingredient. That was that crafting ingredient I mentioned earlier that gives you 100% success for any crafting item. You can earn them right here just by doing the tasks. I think it's on a Friday. Like I said, you get a character that can do them right here. And the other bonus is faction. I picked up 300 points of faction just by completing that first one. So I'll get 3,000 total when I complete all 10. And you do that every day, and it adds up. And that's how I was able to get world renowned and get the Horse of Eriador, is by doing this. So we'll go ahead and re-pick up these riders at stand guard tasks, and we'll complete them again. And they can just sit in my task, the ones that I don't complete because I'm hit max already, they can just sit there and I'll complete them the next time round. And there we go. My task limit has been completed, which means I picked up a universal optional crafting ingredient and already went to my large crafting carryall, which, by the way, I have. I'm sitting on 42 of them, so I have the answer. Like I said, just by doing tasks. And I was able to get to my 10 per day by the time I was like level 40 or so. I was in like Forest Show when I did it. Ever since I've been doing that, I've been getting 10 a day, and I've just been doing it. So that's 3,000 faction, 3,000 faction, 3,000 faction every day. It adds up. And if you notice, my reminders is just an R, which means I've taken care of everything. So, now, let's go ahead. We'll use one of the items that we picked up as part of the quest is a map to the Spring Festival, which takes you to the horse fields in Bree-Land. So we'll go ahead and use that real quick and just take a quick port to where we need to go for the next part of our fun and exciting journey. And here we are. Welcome to the Spring Festival, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what happened was, to my understanding, is they're running a little late with the next expansion. So they're throwing this as a kind of a make good. And I don't have any problem with that. You can pick up lots of faction here. There's a quest you can... In fact, let me see if I can actually start it. I might be able to start it because if it's a full reset, then it's actually a fun little quest to do. Yes, I can. Okay. As with any festival, and this is whether it's Spring Festival, Midsummer, Harvest, whatever festival is on, there is always a daily wrapper that goes with it. The daily wrapper is how you get the bigger bonuses and how you can get a daily bonus over on top of the mini bonuses you get for completing each quest, which I'll show you in a second. Let me go ahead and remove all of these for real quick. For the Spring Festival, Sergeant Tom is the quest wrapper. If you notice here it is. Splendor of Spring is a That's listed for retry. I can't get it yet. But it's seasonal. The Coins of Naharel. I'll have to check that. But the one that we're looking at is called A Taste of Spring.
Would you do something for me?
There's lots to do during the Spring Festival. Get out there, get involved, and earn rewards. And as you can see, if you participate in 10 activities in the Spring Festival, you get some Spring Leaves, which is the special currency for the festival, as well as Legendary Item Experience, which goes on the Legendary Item Reward track, which I showed you earlier. Just about every quest from about level 45 on, once you get to the point where you can actually start using legendary items, will give you quests toward it as a reward. It's just a flat-out bonus on every single quest. Now, when there is a wrapper, that means that there is it's not letting me. There we go.
Will you give me a moment of your time, friend?
The Splendor of Spring. Welcome, my friend. If you're here for the Spring Festival, I'd recommend you look around and participate in many of the fun activities we have here. If you're not here for the Spring Festival, maybe you should be. For those folks that participate in many of our activities, there might just be a reward in store for you. So get out there and have some fun. And remember, if you get lost in the hedge maze, just yell for help. If you complete the Bustling Broom, which I think is 4 days of the daily wrapper, completing it each time, you get all of these rewards on top of everything else you've earned. Figments of Splendor, which is one of the currencies that's used for getting cosmetics. You get a scrap of an Essence Reclamation Scroll, which turn 3 of those into an Essence Reclamation Scroll, which you can then, on some of your armor, pull that essence out and put it again in different armor if you haven't found a better one for it. A Legendary Tracery Token, which is very, very valuable. Those are hard to get by. A Universal Knot for Crafting Ingredient, and 5 Spring Leaves. Now, here's the Bustling Broom, which is...
Friend. Could you help me with something?
Which is completing A Taste of Spring 4 times, which is 4 days of the daily wrapper. And you get Splendor, a scrap of a scroll, a Universal Knot for Crafting Ingredient, and 1,000 Virtue Experience. I usually don't put reminders up for the festivals because they're only for a short period of time. But I do want to see the seasonal, the Coins of Naharel. I've never seen this one before. This is new. It is a fellowship quest, though. Hello there, enjoying the Spring Festival? Say, if you're feeling brave, I've got a job you would be perfect for. One day I was enjoying a meal and a drink at the Prancing Pony and overheard a minstrel spinning some tales. He told the story of a corrupted spring that lies deep within Garth Agarwin, a fortress within the Lonelands. It is said that a water maid by the name of Naharel resides deep within and has fallen due to blood spilled in her waters during the wars between Angmar and the North Kingdom. Within the swamp there are a series of golden coins that were given as a gift to the River Maiden. Sadly, these coins, much like the creature herself, have become darkened by the blood throughout the area. As hope springs eternal, our hope is that you could cleanse this creature of the taint infecting their surrounding lands. If you bring me the coins that bear her plight as proof of these deeds, I will reward you for your efforts. Incomparable tracery tokens, some runes, lots of runes, Figments of Splendor, and some Virtue Experience. Now, it does say Fellowship. We might try it and see how far I can get. I've had some luck with some Fellowship level mobs. Much better with small Fellowship, and it is going to be a level 75 quest. We'll just go ahead and accept it and see what we can do. But there is one quest that I think it's Arn Bulrush has. I think. Let me see. Nope. Born Aloft in Springtime? That might be it. Yes, I think this is it. Welcome! Welcome! There are many enjoyable activities with which to celebrate the arrival of springtime. Many of them can be found right here at the festival grounds, and I know you'll have a good time. But if I might steal your ear for just a moment, could I ask you to help me with something? It is a small matter, trifle really, but I'm a bit concerned about a number of recent arrivals here at the grounds. There are 3 of them, and they have been on the road for a long while. I'm to understand they have made the journey all the way from Gondor? They call themselves herbalists, and while I would not turn anyone away, they have made themselves something of a nuisance here already. Could you make sure that they're happy, and more importantly, they do not bother any patrons with any more of their strange questions? I really appreciate this, and I'll see that you get some extra spring leaves for helping me out. Is that 18? 18 spring leaves if you complete this. And no, I don't want a reminder. But it looks like here there is Milgamel, so we'll go ahead and talk to Milgamel first and see what she has to say. Ah, I hear you've come assist the herbalists. We are always in need of such assistance, for the pursuit of knowledge never ends, as I am sure you are well aware. I was the apprentice of Galatir, the herb master of Minas Tirith, and he sent me forth to research the plants and mosses of Ilithin and the wastes before Mordor. He did not agree with some of the conclusions I made upon my return, and sought to dismiss me. Not only that, but he has taken a new apprentice. Actually, he has taken two, and sent them north to Bree-Land to confirm some of his botanical theories. My sojourn in the wilds, as well as my perusal of that fine tome, Warts and Weeds, has taught me I do not need to be Galatir's apprentice to study the natural world. So I follow his new apprentices here, and I've been trying to help them with their studies. It seems to me they might be cut from the same cloth as my old master, poor fellows. They have been bothering the people here with Galatir's questions, when they should be out in the field, studying the plants and grasses with their own eyes. And I need to help Nethelis with a natural study. Alright, so let's talk to Nethelis and see what he has to say. Milgamel's a good friend, and I've known her since childhood, but she has proved a poor apprentice to my master Galatir. I think she fancied herself the master, and he the apprentice. Can you imagine such a folly? Anyway, Brood here and I know to show him the respect he deserves, and we have come here to confirm several of his theories about the spread of flowering plants in the Northlands. Milgamel came along as well, and to speak true, I do not think we would have prevented her from doing so. She will not appear in our report to Galatir, I can tell you that. But enough of this banter. I spoke to a fellow some time ago, one of the Perianath, about gathering up some yellow cattails for my study, and he never returned. Now I charge you with this task, and I beg that you do not disappoint me as he did. And I need to gather 8 yellow cattails from around the festival grounds. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and... Can I close this out? No, okay. I was hoping to close it out. Actually, there is a way to do it. It's Alt P, is that it? Or Shift P? No, never mind. Okay, let's just go collect cattails. So these are what they want me to collect, are these yellow cattails around here. And I need to find 8 of them. Now what's interesting is normally there is another add-on that will sometimes come in handy here. And it didn't pop up because I don't think I don't think I have any of the quests that is marked on it, but it's called Festival Buddy. Let me go ahead and I think it's /festival. Yes, Festival Buddy. What this does is you, for instance, if it knows the festival already, it will automatically choose it. Otherwise, you can go to it here, and it'll show you how many festivity tokens you have, how many of the appropriate tokens you have of that festival, and then as you start doing quests, like for instance, let's say I was doing a fistful of flowers. It'll show you right here, collect as many flowers as you can in 1 hour, and the marigolds, violets, and primroses are where they're located at, and they are found in patches. And what it does is it kind of helps you with the quest. And if there's a map or anything, a little mini map, like sometimes the hedge maze, I think it's the Laugh the Lost is one. Yes, it'll also pop up a hedge maze map, and it'll show you where you need to go and to give you a path to get completely through the maze to all of the points that you need to hit. The problem is, though, if your little marker does not appear on here, so you kind of have to guess it a little bit, because the map for the regular map for the hedge mage, is also a little. It doesn't show you where you're at; it just shows an area without the walls. But that is another add-on that I definitely use, especially for festivals. Now, is there any cattails over here? I don't think so. No. Oh, and also right over here, that's the Hobnanigans field. So if you're ever interested in swinging a chicken with a bat and putting it through some goalposts, that's where you need to go. And there's 6, so I need to find 2 more. Come on, where are you? Let me mount up real quick. Maybe I can find him faster this way. No? Okay. Ah, there's one right there. And there's the other one right there. The 8th yellow cattail. Come on, there we go. There we go. So let's go ahead and bring them back into Netherless. Ah, the cattails I requested. You prove your worth to be far greater than the fellow I first asked for these. I'll examine these on behalf of my master, and we'll see if he has the right of it. Milgamil thinks that old book of hers, Warts and Weeds, lists the proper uses of cattail, but Galatir has his doubts, and therefore, so do I. But I've become quite parched. Will you bring our table some of that fine spring wine? I saw a number of bottles across the grounds, over that way, and every worthwhile botanical study requires proper refreshment. So says my master, and so say I. Okay, so now he wants me to play fetch and carry. Okay. And right there's some spring wine. And also right here, Verbana Greenhand, she is the festivity token vendor, and Sergeant Tom, I think, has the regular rewards for the regular spring leaves. So if you have a bunch of those to get rid of. Nethelus nods you in acknowledgement, but not thanks. A little stuck up, I'd say. It has come to my attention there are patches of purple anorloth growing nearby. Why did I spend my time thinking about yellow cattails when I could be studying a much more interesting and important bloom? Why, Galatir would be most disappointed to me, and I might join Milgamil as another one of the growing line of spurned apprentices. Quickly, my useful assistant, gather up purple amloth and bring it to me with the utmost haste. I will tell you the history of this important flower upon your return. Alright, so now I'm getting some purple flowers. Same area, basically? Yep, basically the same area. Here we go. So we'll pick up these purple flowers. There we go. A couple more right here. And there we go, the last of them. 7 and 8 over there. Alright, so now we'll go turn these in. Yes, these flowers are clearly anorloth, and the samples are in fine condition. It makes a great deal of sense that they should grow around here in the Northlands. You see, these purple flowers with the yellow centers are descendants of a very special type of flower that the men in the West brought to these shores long ago. That bloom was called Anarlos, and it was planted wherever they came to settle. These Anarloth are held to be the descendant of those legendary flowers which died out sometime in intervening years. Now, my master Galantir has written extensively about the Anarlos of long ago and the Anarloth of today, and he is widely considered the foremost expert on both. But I am parched once again, and we are in need of more spring wine, assistant. Fetch us some now, and I will share with you— No, not the wine, but I will share with you more tales of legendary Anarlos. So now I gotta go get more spring wine. Broody here catches your eye and calls you over. The assistant who brings the wine is the most popular of them all. That is not one of Galantir's expression, but it is one of mine. So it is with an abundance of good feeling that I count you as a friend. Might you do something for me, my new friend? I couldn't help but notice you are an elf of some sort. Well, there's an elf across the way who seems to have taken an interest in our discussions. Yeah, he's right over there, and he's been staring at us for some time now, and I do not like it. Go and see what he wants, and if you are, as you are an elf yourself, you will no doubt be able to command his respect. God, these people are such arrogant. Ugh. Bleh. Talk to Harry Andel at the festival grounds. There he is. I apologize if I caused the visiting herbalist some discomfort, but I must confess that it was not entirely without reason. I find their demeanor unpleasant and their behavior discourteous, but I am most offended by this simple point. The herb master they serve knows absolutely nothing about the Anarlos bloom, and has spread much about it that is simply untrue. Really? Oh, and by the way, since I completed that quest, that actually counts as 1 toward the daily 10 that I need. So it gives me a new quest. The Blooms of Anarlos. I would not normally involve myself in such matters, but remember the Edlothon travels to Mythalond, there to depart to Middle-earth for the Undying Lands. We said our farewells just yesterday, and I tarried here at the festival ground seeking a balm for my unsettled thoughts. I could not make the decision for him, but neither am I ready to sail into the west, as the conflict wars within me. Edlothon and I were given to traveling throughout Middle-earth, and together we found great joy in the beauty of far-off places. We rested at Rivendell and called it home, but never for long. We were always off again on our journeys before the sun had set 12 times. We wandered the wilds and came to villages unfamiliar and strange. This was our practice for almost an age of the world, but Edlothon grew sorrowful at the changes that he saw. The places that were damaged by the ravages of war, the losses inflicted by Sauron. In time, we did not journey as often, and we spent longer in Rivendell than we did away. This has been the last of our travels. My brother departs, but the memory of my wanderings with him remain, and that is how I know your herbalist friends are mistaken. The purple Anarloth of today bears little resemblance to the Anarlosse of legend. If you tell them this, I will describe what I know of the Anarlosse to tell them, and you, if you wish. Actually, let me see. System. Plugin manager. Let me go ahead and just see if I can unload reminder so it's not going to constantly pop up things for right now. No, I have to unload everything. Oh well. We won't worry about it then. We'll just have to keep killing it. I do not know what this elf thinks he knows, but I've never heard his name before. How many tomes of herb lore has he studied? Not only that, but how many has he written? My master Galantir has written innumerable such tomes, and is a noted expert on countless subjects related to the many breeds and uses of every plant that grows upon Middle-earth. All the ministers know of his expansive knowledge, and none would dare doubt its breadth or its accuracy. I will hear out this elf, but only in order to reveal him for the charlatan he is, and you can tell him so. Listen well, and I will tell both these herbalists and you what I know of the legendary Analosse. Listen to me now, and I will tell you of days long ago when my brother and I walked among the flowers of yesteryear in the lands of men. Many are the varieties of flower that bloom in the undying lands beyond the reach of mortals, never to be seen by man or dwarf or hobbit. Elves know of them by song or story, if not by sight, and that knowledge brings them joy or sorrow in turns. But some flowers came to grow on a distant soil. The Analosse was one of them, and it grew in profusion in Numenor across the sea. Tall it was, like the men of that land, and as it grew it faced the rising of the sun in the east, and was crowned with the light of the morning. The Analosse were held to be an emblem of the House of Elros. Seeds of the Analosse were brought to Middle-earth by Elendil. He sent them to be planted wherever the men of the West came to settle. But that means Analosse should bloom in many places, does it not? Nilgamel asks. Every student of history knows the tale of Elendil and his flight for Numenor, and that he brought plants and seedlings of high birth and low with him into Middle-earth. But if he ordered such flowers as the Analosse to be planted wherever his people settled, then they should still grow in abundance. That is why my former master believed the Analoth to be its true descendant, and of this I cannot say that I disagree. How came Herandel to know the flower's history? Bah! If these tall flowers were truly planted by the men of the West throughout Middle-earth, where are they now? Analoth grows in many places, but I have not seen these flowers you describe in Gondor. Neither I have seen them throughout Illithin. If you are not a liar, then perhaps you are a fool, but I should wish to be neither. How do you claim to come by this knowledge? Not by study, I warrant. No, you are right, Nethylus. I have not come to buy this knowledge through study, or at least not through the study of old books or an herb master's teachings. My brother Lotharian and I walked to the hills and valleys of Middle-earth long ago. We took great joy in our wanderings, and every new sight filled our hearts. Nothing cheered us so much as the Analosse that lined the roads where we walked. They grew in the gardens of Minas Anor, far to the south. They grew too in the courts along the path of Anonymius, the city of the king. But what happened to them? They died. It began when Anarion was slain in Mordor. It continued during the long decline of the Northern Kingdom. And then, one sad day, there were none left. My brother and I did not journey together much after that. We just grew apart. That is the tale. Now you must understand why I feel so strongly that the Analosse be remembered as they were, and not as a distant herb master pretends them to be. I'm not saying I believe this elf, but he has given me some food for thought. Well, I'm glad. Adothlin and I did not travel as often once the Analosse died out. It was only one sign of the wound Sauron inflicted upon Middle-earth, but affected we too more personally than many others. I wonder if the Analosse grew still in the Undying Lands. Perhaps when I come there at last I will find my brothers smiling among them, either to chastise me for delaying so long to see them. It is a happy thought, even if that is all. A nearby hobbit coughs politely, motioning for you to speak with her. I beg your pardon, and I hope you will excuse me, but I could not help to overhear the telling of your friend's story. I am not very good with names, so I do not quite know what flowers he was talking about. But it seems to me that it bears some resemblance to the humble sunflower that grow in the Shire, you know. That hobbit believes that some strain of Analosse still grows within the bounds of her land. Can it be true? I can hardly believe it. Can it be true that the blooms of the Analosse have come to be preserved within the bounds of the Shire? I do not want my brother Eldothlon to depart from Middle-earth without knowing it to be so. The thought that he could leave without knowing fills me with regret, and my remaining years will be a sorrow to think that he sailed away believing every trace of the Analosse had vanished. You have the look of a determined high elf. Can I ask you to hurry after my brother's company and to bring him word of these sunflowers? I do not ask you to change his mind, merely to let him know that the flowers we loved in our younger days did not disappear as we had believed, but can still be found in the world today. That will be enough for me and for Eldothlon, my brother. His party of elves plan to take the customary route of our people through the country of the Green Hills. Go to the Shire and look for them in the wooded hills above the road, and hurry. I sent for Imelda, my brother, not far from here, but that was yesterday, and he will have covered much ground since then. Catch up to Eldothlon in the Green Hills Company of the Shire before his elf company departs. So let me go ahead and pull up a Shire map so I know where to go. Near Woodhall. So, Stock. Got it. Okay. To Mickle Delving. I've got 30 minutes to get there. Then we'll take the fast horse to Stock, and then we'll head due south, and I should be there in plenty of time.
How do you do?
How far do I have to travel? About 300 meters, so that was a good call. At least the good thing is, at my level, I'm not going to have to worry too much about mobs. And there they are, the abandoned elf camp. And there is Eldothlon. Elf camp is not abandoned for now. Nay, go on, friend. What brings you to us with such haste? Stay for a moment and rest, for we will soon move on. Before time, I would welcome the conversation. You introduce yourself and convey Harrendel's message. My brother thinks a hobbit has seen the bloom in the legendary Analosse. I find that most difficult to believe. Those flowers began to die at the end of the Second Age. As Anor declined, so too did the Adolossi. They may have not been seen for hundreds of years. Your hobbit friend is mistaken, and my brother is misguided by hope. The Promise of Sunflowers. You are certain you understood what this hobbit had to say? For the love of my brother Herondale, I will humor you in this, even if it seems fanciful beyond all reason. There's a hobbit village just beneath us, and I understand it is called Woodhall by those who live there. Go to this village and speak with the hobbits, and learn that they possess such flowers as you describe. My mind is set, and springtime is the season of my departure, but I will not have such haste that I cannot spare a moment to answer this one question of my brother. The journeys we shared in our youth remain dear to me, as does he. Please, go to Woodhall and put the matter to rest. I cannot delay for very long, but I will give some moments to this exercise. It has left my thoughts astir. Well, let's see, do you know about it? Will you let me sit here in peace? I only know that if I find flowers quite pretty to look at, but if you must seek a deeper understanding, then that is nothing. Then I have nothing to offer you. This mysterious flower does sound like a sunflower to me. Not the purple sort with the bright yellow center, but the other variety. Marjoram is always painting that second kind. If you want to know about them, you should talk to her. She lives here in Woodhall. Marjam. Okay, let's go find Marjam. There she is. Marjam Wool Gatherer. A fine painting indeed. You're looking for sunflowers? Why, I just finished painting another of them not yesterday. I learned it against the wall right over there to dry. Inspect it and tell me what you think. Okay, we'll inspect the painting. The painting does bear a resemblance to the Adolossi described by Herondale. Adlothlin is here. I do not know what to say. If I did not know any better, I would say the artist painted this not from memory, but from life. This depicts one of the Adolossi, just as I remember. How can this be? Did one of my people paint this picture? How came it to be in a village of hobbits? They are longer lived than men, but not so long that they could not have seen one of the Adolossi and put paint to paper with such accuracy. The last of that breed died out so long ago, and only one of my people could have painted this. A nearby hobbit laughs as she curtsies cheerily. I always heard elves were frightening and strange, but your friend here seems to be rather amusing and dead. I assure you no elf painted this picture, but I will take that as a compliment of my artistry. Yes, I am the painter, and indeed have painted a number of the plants and animals I have seen in the woods and fields throughout the Shire. I do not know the word he used to describe this flower, and I have never heard it before. No doubt it is an elvish word of some meaning and great significance, but we hobbits like to give things names that will tell you everything you need to know. This painting is of a sunflower, of course. There are many of them growing around the border of the farm field north of Woodhall, if you'd like to see them for yourselves. And tell your elf friend that I appreciate his kind words about my painting. Alright, so let's head north. Let's see if we can find some of these sunflowers. There we go. Sunflowers lined a field, and Elithon stares at them with a wonder in his eyes. How can I put this into words? My heart leaps at the sight. I feel as though I have stepped back in time. Back to a day not when the Adolossi struggled and failed, but to a day when they flourished. Herondale and I walked together among these flowers in the kingdoms north and south, our eyes lighted upon the horizon, and our minds danced upon a future that had promised. I am brought back to those happy days, and the sorrows that followed in the wake of Sauron and his wars are forgotten to me. The promise of sunflowers was as bright as the petals, and so many journeys lay still ahead of us. Following the death of Anaran and the line of Arnor, the Analossi died out in the wilder world, and yet, somehow, a seedling must have come to this land. I can see it in my mind's eye. Born aloft in springtime, carried on a breeze until it came to rest within this sheltered land. That seed took root, and from it the line prospered, hidden from outside eyes. The Analos survived. Edlothan gazes at the sunflowers in silence. I was prepared to depart. My heart wept to leave my brother, but I knew I would see him again when he too sailed for these shores. But the sight of these flowers has restored in me a sensation I have not felt since our travels together, so long ago. How many other wonders might remain in Middle-earth? Wanderlust stirs within me again. I believed I could remain no longer, but now I think my brother and I might find joy in another journey within the bounds of Middle-earth, and then depart for the Undying Lands together, as I once thought we would. Can I ask you to convey this message to Harendel for me? I will spend some time here in contemplation, and will join him soon. You have my thanks for reminding me of what I once held dear. And not only that, I am grateful for one more thing. You have given back to me the hope of the unexpected, the unlooked-for wonders that might still remain around the next bend, or behind the next tree. You have given back to me a promise of sunflowers, and that is something I have missed. Let's head back. Fastest way back is Bree. Because there is a horse right here by the west gate that will take you to the festival grounds. You have returned. Did you find my brother in time? And was there any truth to the rumor that some strain of the Analossi might remain within the Shire? You tell Harendil about the sunflowers and his brother's decision to remain in Middle-earth for now. He looks at you thoughtfully, and after a moment, a smile lights his features. I am conflicted, my friend. I did not mean to gainsay my brother's choice, for I know when he made it the decision was not easy, and he felt it strongly. I would not tell him otherwise, and I did not wish to make him stay. But when you went in search of him, when it seemed the Analos might bloom still somewhere in the Shire, I confess, I did wonder what I would say if he chose to stay. Could our journeying days come again? Where might we go? I've come up with just the right destination. I've suggested to my brother that we let our wandering feet bring us to the Southlands. There's a so-called master of herbs in Minas Tirith that I would propose we visit. He is possessed of a number of misconceptions that Eldathon and I are well prepared to correct. We two elf brothers will depart in springtime, emboldened by the breeze and a spring in our step, on another journey, like those we took of old. I thank you for helping my brother and me. Perhaps the sun will smile upon us, and our paths will cross in some distant land. Until then, my friend, farewell. And that, no, I need to go back here and talk to Ard to finish up that little mini quest that I completed. I saw you leave without taking care of my own problem, and I admit I was rather cross with you. Did you forget I had asked you to ensure the visiting herbalists did not cause any further disturbances? But shortly after you departed, I noticed something most unusual. They had stopped their drinking and their carousing and instead began speaking quietly amongst themselves. Well, the sparks of my curiosity were set aflame, and I took a casual stroll by their table. They seemed to be questioning the merits of some long-held belief, and the discussion had shaken them into politeness. What a strange turn of events. I do not know what part you played in this argument about flower strains, and neither I know if they decided this plant called Adalossi and the one called Adaloth are truly one and the same, but I do believe you may have given them something to think about, and while they're thinking, they are done causing disturbances. In conclusion, you have earned these spring leaves after all. Spend them at your leisure, and enjoy the festival. Now that is 5 of the 10 quests, and you can only do that once per activation of the festival. As you can see, it didn't take that long. I got 5 quests completed. I picked up about, let's see how many. Picked up about 20 more spring leaves. So we'll go ahead and do a couple more quests for the Spring Festival, and then I'll come back and finish it later. But one of the ones I like to do is one that I do every time. And that is the Bree-Field races. I always like going to the Bree-Field races. The festival run.
Friend. Could you help me with something?
Greetings to you, stranger. Are you here to try out our obstacle course? Only the most experienced of riders were able to master such a tricky path in the amount of time we have allotted, but the reward is great for those who manage to succeed. The rules are very simple. Race through each gate and mustn't fall off your steed before the time runs out. When you see 2 gates next to one another, you must choose which path to take, be it high or low. The low path may be muddy, and the high is sure to be dry, but precarious indeed. There will be other hurdles to disrupt you as well. Do you feel up to the challenge? Only the most spirited riders should even attempt such a feat. It is sure to be very dangerous, but you have a hardy look about you. Yeah, I got the intro quest from these first years ago. Yeah, I actually enjoy doing a lot of the festivals that they have here. Oh, I've got to use a horse. I'm too big for the pony. So we'll go ahead and see if I can complete the race in the time. And there's the time allotted that I have to complete. Now here's the high and low path. We'll try the high path. And we did it. And I gain a burst of speed for my agile navigation. We'll try the high path again. Oh, I missed it. Your speed is slowed by sticky mire. Come on, I gotta hurry. I'm running out of time. Oh no. Must make it to the last gate. And I did it. Yay!
Hello there.
It is rare to see such excellent riding in these parts. I am very impressed. Take these leaves and my congratulations for displaying such skill. 3 more spring leaves and some extra legendary item experience. Now the other thing that is unique to the Spring Festival, besides the big quest about the Analosa that I completed, is the maze. Let me just go ahead and head over here to the maze. Now, there's like 3 or 4 quests that actually happen in the maze. And we'll go ahead and do one of them now. As you can see, you've got all these people here that have quests that deal with the maze. I think we want to do... Is it Gills?
Will you give me a moment of your time, friend?
No, that's not it. Maybe it's Emma. Yes.
Stay a moment.
I came here this year to enjoy the greenery and to get away from the noise of my home. I wanted to get lost in the quiet and smells of spring. Instead, I come on the day when the tweens from the Shire arrive. You wouldn't believe the mayhem inside this maze. Please, can you make them go away? Make them be quiet. They're running around and hurrying and annoying everything on 2 legs. Now, you can only take 1 quest with you at a time into the Hedge Maze. So we'll take this one here. As you can see, when immediately the festival add-on pops up a map of the Hedge Maze that I can maneuver around as I want. Actually, right there is fine. Because if you look down here, when I enter the maze, this is the only map I get, just basically the area. But you can see where the tweens are. So I need to try to navigate to them. I think he's right around here. No? Oh, I lost them. They must have... I'll have to wait for them to respawn. Alright, where are you terrible tweenings? There we go. There's one over there. Let's see if I can get to him in time. I know me not. And I cannot use my horse in the maze, I don't believe either, so... I lost him again. Oh, bother. Alright, well, let's just wander. I don't need this map. The map is actually kind of annoying because it doesn't give me any directions. There we go. There we go. Where are you, buddy? Come on, let me find you. Let me find you. Oh, darn it. Went the wrong way. There he is. There we go. The young hobbit stops to listen to your stern rubber man, giving you a defiant look. I wasn't being loud. Well, there's one of those unruly tweens. Now I gotta find the other three. Come on, where are you? Ah, boo. Yeah, you can watch me get lost in the maze. How's that? Look at me, I'm on a bench. There he is. Oh, she disappeared on me right before I could click on her. Oh, boo hiss. And you just disappeared on me too, right there. Oh, that's so terrible. How rude. Let's see if I can catch this one. Where are you? There. Oh, come on. Come on. Don't disappear on me. Don't disappear on me. Don't disappear on me. And you disappear on me. Oh, this can get very frustrating. Okay, maybe just actually come on. Oh, darn it! Darn it! Dagnabbit! Oh, you're gonna disappear on me again, aren't you? Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Disappeared on me again. And I have I'm an elf and I've got my running speed up. So I'm able to fly around this maze faster than most. Come on, come on, come on. Where are you? Where are you? There, wait, there, no. There you are. There you are. There we go. That's two. Okay, let's see if I can find two more here. A little quicker than those. Three! There we go. There's three. So I need one more. Okay, here we go. Ah. There's a whole bunch of them up in that corner. Maybe I can get one of them. Oh, I got it! Just got her! Just got her. There we go. Whew, that one was close. Yeah. Well, you saw the problems I was having, Desdecardo. Desdecardo. Let me... Now, I actually have an easy way to get out, and that's to take my port back to Bree and then back to the festival grounds. So I don't have to try to navigate and try to find a way out of this maze. But there's other quests. Those wandering elves that you saw, there's a quest to find those. There's a quest in there to do the signs, because you see signs in there that have to be altered. You've got to go to each one of the signposts. There's lots of quests. There's about 5 or 6 different quests that take place in the maze. So we'll go ahead and turn this one in.
Greetings.
Thank you. I cannot fathom how such little folk can make such an enormous racket. Hopefully they will be a little quieter now. And for completing a lot of the maze quests, you get a special box of Spring Festival. It contains a prize, a random prize from the entire Spring Festival, and sometimes some leaves too. And in this one, 2 spring leaves. Okay, that's good. All right, so that's enough of the Spring Festival. Let's go ahead and clear my screen. Let's get my questing stuff back on track here. What's it gonna get? Okay, there we go. So now we'll go ahead and port back to the Rush Gore. There we go. Yeah, some of the quests in the maze are a little bit on the difficult side to do, especially trying to navigate the maze on top of everything. So, we're now back in the Rush Gores, back in the Great River region, as you can see here. And we'll go ahead and turn in this quest to Edrit, which is Book 6, Chapter 9, Ancient Battlefield.
Many unusual things have happened in the Rush Gore of late.
Kedrick sent you? I'm not surprised. Many unusual things have been happening here as of late.
I saw a great shadowy shape fall from the sky not long ago.
Book 6, Chapter 10, The Falling Shadow. I saw a great shadowy shape fall from the sky not long ago. You can come with me to investigate it if you wish, but first I need to ensure the safety of the Rush Gore. Something has stirred up the creatures of this swampy land, and it is my duty to keep them from becoming a serious threat. I'm not as young as I once was, my arms are still strong and can still swing a sword. I may not sit the saddle as I used to, but my legs are stronger than many a young man's. Together we will travel in search of the falling shadow and see what there is to see. But first, we must thin the back of the newly aggressive creatures of the Rush Gore. If you help me in this, we will be sooner underway. Defeat Gredbig, Turtles, and Avank throughout the Rush Gore, and then return to me. Then we will search for the place where this falling shadow came to the ground. Okay. And then I need to talk to Bingo, but he's going to be actually in the Brown Lands itself, so we'll catch up to Bingo a little later. Alright, let's get buffed up here. Another one of the things that I do off camera is I have an alt that is not only a jeweler, but a cook. So I have her go ahead and make for me a lot of the tasty morsels that you see me snacking on while I'm questing. Defeating Easterlings. And there's the morale circle if I were to die in the rush score. Haven't seen any Grebigs yet. And there's one right there. There's a Marsh Avant. So now I just need one more Gredbig. Company. Shadowy. Oh. 2 Tattered Shadows. Here we go. Let's see what we got here. Oh, is that the Kundalar camp? You've discovered Tekbata. Well, they look at least semi-friendly. I'm sure I'll have a quest or two that'll take me out here. And there's the last Gripic I need. There we go. And there's Atberg. Ooh, that's going to be a fun place to go and invade. That'll definitely be a fun place to invade.
I will go with you into the Brown Lands to search for the falling shadow.
Good. I thank you for your hard work against the unusually aggressive creatures of the Rush Corps. I would not have wanted to leave my post with those threats unmet, but now I feel we earned a time of peace. Enough time for us to seek the falling shadow at any rate, and I will need to return before long. While we walk, perhaps you can tell me of your adventures? Why do you smile? I can tell by your face that you have seen more adventure in recent days than even Elbrith in all of his years can claim to have experienced. I would be pleased to hear anything you would tell me about yourself. I will go with you into the Brown Lands to search for this falling shadow. It does look for it far to the southeast. I believe that's where it came to ground. Alright. So we'll go ahead and talk to Akulf here. He'll have another quest for me. He'll have 4 quests for me. So we'll go ahead and do those real quick. First one will be a final notice.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
Among the tasks that I have set to you, I want you to speak with Ulfrith, the captain of these Brigands treasure seekers. Tell him we will allow his band to leave peacefully, but they must leave behind all the relics they stole from the field of Celebrant. Ulfrith is off scene at the edge of their encampment at Attenberg. This offer will only be open for a short time. If he refuses, then we shall take more drastic measures. Return to Evils, our scout outside Attenberg, with Ulfrith's answer. Okay. And if you notice, I'm getting Riders of Standguard faction, and I'm working on the ally level of that one, so that's good. Next, Ruffians and Rascals.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
There's no honor in the acts of these treasure seekers, and I am ashamed to call them kinsmen, however distant their relation to the Rohirrim. They steal relics from those who fell in the days of Yorl the Young, and will sell them to whoever will pay. For this offense, they must be punished. Go to Attenberg, their encampment to the southeast, and defeat many of the Brigands. Perhaps if they see that we value the honor of our heritage, they will leave this place. Will you do this for us? When you complete this task, speak with Evils, our scout outside Attenberg. I knew I was going to be heading to one of those encampments that I passed by. Shades of the Past.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
While the Brigands will be but a small challenge to disperse, I think there is yet another threat within their encampment. Our scouts have seen that there are shades of the vile Oathbreakers of Gondor who betrayed their leaders at the field of Celebrant and were cursed to haunt the land forever. Winston and Bagman each have differing opinions concerning what should be done about them, if anything. I must confess that I am certain that there's anything we can do at all, but you should speak with them and make that determination for yourself. I will warn you, though. If you choose to heed advice of one of these men, do not expect the other to lend you his ear. If you begin quest lines for either Winston or Bagman, you will be unable to take the line from the other. And last, there's Bagman right there, and there's Winston right there. So we'll pick up one of those two quests in a moment. But Echo has one other. So, as Inmar rightly guessed, we've located the Brigands which have been raiding the field of Celebrant for relics. Their encampment, which they call Attenberg, lies to the southeast of here. Go there and recover the relics of my people from which they have stolen from the old battlefield. If any bear the marks of their owners, maybe we'll return them to their descendants. I'm sure you will find crates of relics within the camp, but some, such as weapons and armor, may be borne by the treasure hunters themselves. When complete this task, we report to Evils, our scout outside of Attenberg. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk to these two and figure out which quest line I'm going to proceed down. So we'll talk to Winston first.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
These creatures are shades of men who fell to corruption, 'tis true, but their curse affords them the opportunity to redeem themselves. This is an opportunity we must open to them so that they may continue to fight against the Dark Lord. And Bagman.
Our mission is dire.
Ha! These creatures you speak of are Oathbreakers of the meanest sort and should be given no quarter. They are evil and deserve their fate. We should banish them from this place. Well, my dealings already with some of the Oathbreakers have proven that some of them actually do want to be released from their quest and from their curse, and some of them want to be laid to rest properly. So I think I will go ahead and do Winston's quest line, because that will give them peace.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
So I will continue this one. I need to talk to Bagman real quick. Let him know that I'm not doing his quest.
What brings you to these lands?
Huh? Did I screw up? I think I did screw up, so we will go ahead and so I'll have to wait a couple minutes for that quest to reset. It's usually about a 3 to 5 minute wait on quests, usually. Because I do think that they should be saved. I really don't want to. I really don't want to hurt them. So that's a level 50 tracery. So we'll just go ahead and use that. And those can be sold. So what we will do now, while I have a minute, is I will clean some of this out. How much ancient script do I have? 92. Okay, I can do a little bit then. And what you can do is you can get the Flame of Anklamir to turn them into Ancient Script. So any traceries that you don't use, there is something you can do with them. You can turn them into Ancient Script and pick up other traceries with that amount. Nope. Wrong target. There we go. And then I can go ahead and get rid of some of these minor ones that I'm not going to need. Because I won't... with all the major ones that I have... And even a few graders, too. So now we'll just go ahead and sell. Browse the shop. 582468. There we go. Sell all. There we go. And that freed up some room. Yeah, I've got about 2 minutes until I can pick up Shades of the Past again. Ugh. You're not worth anything. Let's see. Get rid of that one. That one. I don't need might. There we go. And we got about a minute left. So let me take this time real quick to go over one more of the add-ons that I like to use. And because I do have alts, I'd mentioned them earlier, one that I have is called Altaholic. Is it this one here? Yes, this one here. It's called Altaholic. What it does allow you to do is allows you to see, for instance, by putting up the app, you can see how much caches you've got on each character. Look at your shared storage. See what's in there, if there's anything in there that you're looking for. See how much space you've got. You can go by item or you can go by a listing of items. You can see how far they are, each character is at level. Like, see, I'm at XP of all your characters. Click on the character name to modify it. Oh, so you can make sure that it's the character's name is correct. Actual XP. I'm at level cap, so I don't know how to choose that and that, but you can adjust it to make sure it's showing the correct characters. This is for all the characters. Epic book, so you can see where you are on your epic quest. You know, you can new book. And if you click that plus button here, you can look at all of your characters and then take a look at each character individually. Their what they have in their inventory and their backpacks, and you can take a look at their level, what their reputations are. Like here, these are my reputations right here. And if you'll notice, oh, this is actually way behind. It's actually way behind. It's not up to date. I'll have to talk to him and let him know that this is up to date, or this is not up to date, because I know Men of Bree, I know I'm maxed at that, and I know I'm maxed at Thornhall, maxed at Matron Society, maxed at the Rangers Vestlin, so I need to let him know that it's not quite accurate, and there needs to go ahead and fix that. So we'll go ahead and pick this up again, and I know I want to do Winston's.
Our mission is dire. Will you aid the Horse Lords?
There we go.
What brings you to these lands?
Here we go. Oh no, now I'm stuck doing... I screwed up again. I'm stuck doing Bagmans.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
I have to defeat 3 of the Shades. Is it not revolting? The dead have no longer honor. The dead have no honor. Cursed they were for betraying their lord, yet they still have no honor and fight for none. Instead, they barter with brigands and thieves. How I wish we could banish from this place so we don't have to endure their accursed presence. But wait. Perhaps we can. Perhaps you would be willing to do so. Drive them out, everyone. That is all that I ask. Let Stadgard deal with these rebel spirits. When you have done this deed, speak with young Eowils who watches Atberg for us. He will relay the news. Oh, I can't take Winston's quest. There we go.
Rohirrim will need your aid.
I want his quest. The Sorrow. There was once a company of men of Gondor who had betrayed their lord in Parth Celebrant, allowing their great fortress to fall. They were cursed for breaking their oath and continue to wander these lands to this day. Such spirits should not remain, but may only find peace upon fulfillment of their oath. I have seen these shades at Atberg, lending aid to the treasure seekers there. Perhaps you might find their captain and convince him to rejoin the fight against the enemy. Perhaps then they might find both peace and honor. I cannot do this for myself, for I am in terror of the shades. We have sent young Eowils to watch Atberg. When you completed your task, find him and report to him. I'd rather try to do that, a call for honor. So let's go ahead and head there. Company? Uh-oh. Mournful. Back off. Got him. That one was kind of close. But that was 6 tattered shadows. One got me earlier. I didn't realize that I was fighting until it was too late. Yeah, they can creep up on you if you're not careful. They can definitely creep up on you if you're not careful. And there's Eowils. Weehaw! Set me flying. Ah, here we go. Now they're gonna. There's the captain right there, I think. And there's Ulfr, who I need to talk to about giving him the final notice.
What do you need?
Are you serious? The horse boy wants us to leave. The field of Celebrant is rife with relics and trinkets in which my men and I can make a fortune. Tell your friend that if he wants us gone, he will have to move us himself. And there's the captain of the Dishonored Dead. You are not of Ulfr's band, yet I will not slay thee needlessly. What hast thou to say to such as I? Thou sayest the great eye has arisen once more, and urge me to fulfill my oath. Ulfr and his men have shown us that honor is dead, and hope is gone. But nay, I weary of this honorless existence. My oath was sworn in these lands, and here it must be fulfilled. Prove your honor by fulfilling the task appointed to you by your friend Akulf. Recover the relics of his people, but do not turn your eye upon my brethren. If thou shalt take up arms against them, I will be your enemy until the end of your days. If thou provest your honor, we shall in turn prove ours in the day of need. Now, did the Dishonored Dead, are they still aggressive? Ooh, they're still aggressive, though. I'll have to be careful. So I need to do my best to avoid any contact with the shades. Oh, I picked up a quest item. Stolen Pride of the East. This relic did not belong to the Rohirrim, but the intricate patterns, color, and general style of the piece appears to be one of the Easterling peoples. Perhaps someone at Akul's camp will be interested in this. Okay. Here we go. I need to stay away from that Dishonored Dead. Actually, if I just stay here and wait for this camp to reset, I can probably do it just fine, as long as I don't accidentally anger any of the Honored Dead, or just let them beat on me until I complete it. I'd rather not do that, of course. So I got 7 Treasure Seekers and 7 Relics of the Rohirrim completed. So I just need 3 more of each. Oh, no, 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 God, no. Oh, well. I think I screwed that one up. We'll find out. Here we go. Let's see if I can still get credit for it. Hopefully I didn't screw it up too badly. We'll turn in Stolen Pride first.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Aye, many of these are of the House of Yorl and must return to Erebus. Things do not go well in Meduseld. Perhaps the return of these relics will change the king's mood and convince him to recall those of us at Wormtongue falsely charged of wrongdoing. I will be sure that they come to Akuf. And, Call of Honor. I think that's the companion quest for that.
Our mission is dire.
So, for better or for worse, the deed is done. We can only wait now and see what happens.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
Well done. You say that this Bring-Wraith bade you to recover our relics to prove your honor and earn the allegiance of the dead? You must return to the Shade at once, and I know that you fulfilled your oath and now require his. To be rid of the spirits in this place will be a relief, but to have them to put our enemies to flight will be even of greater value. When you have done this, return to Winston. He will be encouraged by your news. Nice reward.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
And the final notice. This is it then. Wolf others refuse my demands, and they shall rue the day he ever came to the Rush Corps. You have returned the stolen relics to the Rohirrim? That is well. You have earned our allegiance. When we next meet, we shall stand together against the foe. Farewell. Good. But now I can go ahead and do this. That was mean, I know. Looks like I have another quest in here. Maybe not. Okay. Oh, I still need to defeat 2 more treasure seekers. Okay. Let's go ahead and get these last 2 treasure seekers defeated, and then we'll have all the quests here done. And I think I've already got shades, and I'll still need some more bandits, but Yep. There we go. There's the last of the treasure seekers. So we'll go back to Ewells and talk to him and let him know that we've defeated the treasure seekers, and then we'll be ready for the next part of the quest series.
Aid the Horse Lords.
Thank you for your efforts. It appears though that the Brigands were not intimidated by your actions. It appears we may have to take more serious steps to remove them from Atburg. I will let Akuf know. So let's head back to Akuf's camp and go ahead and figure out what we need to do next. We'll talk to Winston first, since I went ahead and took care of some of that stuff for me. I think he's Stolen Pride from the east, right? Oh, answering the summons and Stolen Pride.
Our mission is dire.
I say, well done. This is wondrous news indeed. You have earned this reward. Brungrot's Horn. Requires Brungrot's Call. You must have the quest Instance a Sunset Storm. Cloak of Honor Regained. It's a golden token, legendary item, and I get one of these, which is way below where I'm at, so we'll just grab the silver tokens.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Stolen Pride of the East. Interested? Indeed I am. We spotted a small party of Easterlings encamped not far from the border of the Brownlands, and I fear heralds a new conflict with them. Perhaps, if you could find more of these relics, we could find a way to use them to our advantage. Return to Atburg and see if any other of the Brigands are carrying such things. Oh, so you want me to turn around and kill more of the Easterlings, huh? Oh, okay, I guess I could probably do that. I mean, it is kind of a stretch, but, you know, we can go ahead and do that.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Constables and robbers. We've been given the Brigands every opportunity to cease their thievery and leave our lands, but Eowul's reports they've refused at every turn. The time has come to take more drastic measures. We must assault Atburg and drive them forth at sword point. Are you with us? It will be no mean feat, but we are the sons of Eorl. We will not relent. If you intend to join us, speak with me again. And this must be a solo-only quest. Constables and robbers. Let us go. The element of surprise is upon our side.
Brigands out of the Brown Lands have established a camp in the Rushgore, from which to raid Path Celebrant for ancient relics. After a diplomatic attempt to remove the Brigands from the Rushgore, Akulf prepares to take more drastic measures.
This is it. There is no turning back. We must clear these Brigands out or die trying. Forth the Orlingas. I'm already picking up more relics of the Easterlings, so that'll complete that quest for me too. See which way you want to go. Alright, this is good. There we go. And we've cleared out the camp. Well done. We've driven off the Brigands, for now at least. They are resilient and will likely to return, but they will be weaker for it. Let us leave before the Brigands return. I'm going to talk to Akulf.
Our mission is dire.
The Brigands are resilient. They've been routed for a time, but they will soon return, and we will rout them once again. I thank you for your aid. And I'll go ahead and turn in Winnin's quest because I've got the Easterling relics.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
Wonderful. I have a plan which may help us to avoid conflict with the Easterlings, and these relics are of the utmost importance. Cool. Okay.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Restoring pride. So it comes to this. What I hope to accomplish is a peaceable withdrawal from our lands by the Easterlings. Perhaps by turning these ancient relics over to the captain of the Easterlings, we may prove our honor and our desire to avert another bloody war. Will you bring these relics to the Easterling captain? I believe you'll find their camp to the east, near the border with the Bree-Lands. I can do that.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
And then there's a repeatable one if I want to do constables and robbers again. But I do believe before we go ahead and take out that camp, I am going to have to call it here because my partner just messaged me and needs my assistance. So I would like to thank everyone for joining me today. I think we had a great time. We accomplished a lot. Not so many Nazgul or LOTRO points this time, but we went ahead and I showed you a little bit behind the scenes. I went ahead and did some of the Spring Festival. We did some questing in the Great River. Now, my next scheduled stream will be this Sunday for Sword and Sorcery Sunday, and I'll be right back here in the right back here in the Great River region of Rohan, and we'll be continuing onward. But if you'd like to go ahead and see my VODs, I go ahead and upload them to my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Talisian, Talisean. Link is down below. I also run a Discord server. It's not as populated, but there are people there, and I get news from Lord of the Rings Online, news from the Homecoming server for City of Heroes, news from Star Wars The Old Republic, and other games. And we discuss things, we theory craft, and so forth on there, and post some memes. So if you're interested in that, please come and join me on my server. Link is down below. So I would like to thank everyone for joining me today. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. And let me see where I can deposit you people, lovely, lovely people off at. Let me load up my raid browser real quick here. And let's see who else is doing Lord of the Rings Online. Actually, LOTRO stream is actually running. One of the stream people is running, so we'll go ahead and pop into there real quick. So again, I'd like to thank everyone for joining me. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Take care of yourself, and I will see you wonderful people very, very soon. Goodbye.